Sorrel Ridge hiker-biker campground. This is an interesting one that I kind of like quite a bit. A lot of interesting visual features. Number one, you've got the really steep sort of canyon-like walls on the far side of the watered canal, which is really fascinating. Going about maybe 100 yards eastbound past the final edge of the camp, the eastern edge of the camp, you are treated to a beautiful rock wall that is just fascinating. It is also the home of an old lock as well, and that of course is always nice to have nearby. Of course, the ruins of an old lock house as well. Big feature in this part of the trail. The upsides of this, again, a little bit further away from some of the train noise, which is helpful. Downside is there is an active uses of the Second Amendment across the river in West Virginia. There's either an active shooting range or a gun club or something along those lines. And so during sometimes, particularly on weekend days, such as today when I record this, you're going to be treated with the sound of lots of gunfire. If that bothers you, then you may not want to be at this particular campground. Of course, it's on the other side of the river, and I'm sure it's quite safe. This is a National Park Service area, which means that guns are prohibited in this section of the trail, the entire trail, in fact. Interesting layout to this rather large campground. It can accommodate probably an unlimited, I'll put quote unquote unlimited number of tents. Obviously it's finite, but for even the busiest day of the year, I'm sure that this area is not filled up. The big bonus is that it's one of those campgrounds where you've got beautiful sight lines of the river. And when I say sight lines, I mean there's open sections of the river that you get a shot at. It's multi-level in the sense that it is below the trail level, although there are sections that are actually quite a bit up towards the trail as well. So it all depends on where you want to be. Very gnat-filled during the bug season because of the nature of it being next to a watered area of the canal. And that's kind of a downside, but overall, really beautiful. One word of caution, this would be another one of the campsites that I would say during heavy rains or any kind of flood-prone nature of the Potomac, that you would want to be at least in the upper levels. You wouldn't want to be down by the river, because that does look like that this is an area where the Potomac probably from time to time will overgrow its banks and get up at you. But there are sections of this campground that you would be safe in. Up by the fire ring, the upper fire ring on the east side is one of those types of areas. Gorgeous site, really beautiful. If you can handle a little bit of gunfire, I don't know if you can pick it up in the background here, it is a great place to camp.